Oh my god, I am finally returning to stream today. I took off for a month for streaming, learned a lot. We're gonna talk about it while I put on my makeup, and I just kind of want to catch up, maybe show you guys some of my makeup that I use. I'm not just gonna put on like concealer on my zits because I don't know, I'm in a mood to do my makeup, so we're gonna do that. While I do that, I would love to yap about content creation. I would love to yap about burnout, and I want to talk to people who are either in content creation right now, people who are aspiring content creators, the pros, the cons, the good, the ugly, you know, with content creation, because I feel like it's important for you to know. So we're going to talk about that while I yap and get ready for stream. And I'm excited to see you guys again on stream, so I'm really looking forward to this. Because I'm super pale, I use the NARS Affogato concealer, and then I use like a flat brush to apply that to my more problematic areas, like my acne or just some red areas. So yeah, I took a break from streaming. The reason why I did that is because I was just burnt out and I really needed to reevaluate my life, and there was just a lot of things that I needed to think about, reconsider, and just also take a break. I would love to say that the break was actually really helpful and beneficial, but the truth is that it wasn't. Well, okay, sorry, I lied a little bit. The break was necessary, but it was not restful, because the truth is I was so depressed, and I had to think about why, and it was like a whole thing, and I needed to think about what I was wanting out of my life. And it just kind of hit me like a train, because like I enjoy streaming, I enjoy content creation, and then just out of nowhere, the biggest burnout, and I just crashed. Content creation is really difficult whenever you do it full time, because you make your own scale. So you make your own goals, you make your own projected timeline for when you want to accomplish certain things, and it doesn't always work out the way that you want it to work out. It's not like a normal job where it's like, hey, you're doing a great job, congratulations, you get a promotion, you know what I mean? Like, you need to think about what you want your goals to be, and often what people make their goals are, you know, they look at a big influencer and they're like, okay, I want to be like that person. And then whenever they don't achieve that goal in a certain amount of time, then they just get really depressed and they, you know, feel like a failure in content creation, and there's no one there other than you really to give you a raise and tell you that you're doing a great job, aside from like, you know, your other content creator friends, and hopefully you have that support system in content creation. I started my content creation journey during COVID, right? For those who are kind of meeting me, I'm doing kind of a redness correction here. Let me turn this light down, sorry. Can you see that better? There we go, a little redness correction. So for those who are kind of meeting me for the first time, I started my content creation journey during COVID, a classic story. I got my degree in prevention and intervention sciences to become a therapist. Didn't end up doing that, obviously, mostly because I didn't want to. I just was like, you know, it's a classic story of like 18-year-olds who were pressured to get a degree, and I just really liked psychology. And I'm good at it, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a passion for like becoming a therapist. Being a therapist is hard, speaking of a hard job. I had 3 jobs during COVID, including one of my internships. I had 3 jobs, lost all of my jobs, and then I became an Animal Crossing influencer because I just got really into Animal Crossing, decided to post about Animal Crossing, and because everybody was chronically online during COVID, I found a really lovely and supportive community in the Animal Crossing world, and y'all probably remember if you were a part of that little community. Really wholesome time. in the middle of such a horrible time. So yeah, I found the Animal Crossing community and I decided to make Animal Crossing presets for photos because that was like a big thing at the time. Everybody was making photos with filters from Animal Crossing and posting them on Instagram. So I was selling photo presets and I made about $2,000 a month just from selling photo presets from Animal Crossing, which was really cool. And I was like, well, this is interesting. I could totally be doing this and taking this farther. And so I decided to open up a store and I made Animal Crossing designs on clothes. And then I was like, I can be taking this farther. And I added on more games and I added on like Valorant and games that were nothing like Animal Crossing. Added mugs and I added like candles and stuff to my store, and it just kept growing from there. And because I built that foundation and it was during COVID where the cozy gaming space was like still really new, it just blew up because I was one of the first to be a part of that cozy gaming space. That is my origin story. Also, NARS foundation. Which one is this? The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Super good. I'm gonna kind of look like a scary ghost for a little while, so sorry. So my store blew up and there were a lot of people that were really interested in the products I was making, and there were a lot of people interested in my mission, and my mission was basically to make people feel seen and understood in the gaming space because, you know, there were a lot of like women, queer people who were poorly represented in the gaming space, and I thought that I could be that person, and I was that person who really helped people feel seen and understood and connected, and my store did that. So then my content creation moved from Animal Crossing to being, okay, I want to open up a store. What's a cute name? I'm going to call it Threads and Thistles Inventory because the word inventory is a little gamerish and Threads and Thistles sounds really cute. So I became Threads and Thistles Inventory, right? I was slowly growing, like I hit 10K in no time, and this was a time when the algorithm was just like completely different from what it is now. And again, people were still really chronically online, but I already built a really good foundation, got my foot in the cozy gaming door while it was still really early. So I grew really well. And don't get me wrong, I worked really hard, but it was also equal parts luck. And now I'm using Kat Von D contour, by the way. And this is where we're gonna start adding some color to my super pale face. So the store was doing well. I was getting consistent sales, and then it became harder and harder to keep up with the store over the years just because of warehousing costs. I was doing drop shipping, by the way. I wasn't holding any of my own inventory. So I had to pay a warehouse, a middleman, to ship everything for me, provide the blank product, to warehouse all my products, and that was expensive. And then my Instagram just like completely tanked, and I was like, what is going on? I wasn't really getting followers. So then I like freaked out, right? Because that's what you do in content creation. Whenever you're new, you kind of freak out about every little thing that happens, at least if you're me, and you're like, why are my views tanking? For years, my Instagram just like stopped doing well. To this day, don't really know why. I do know that my algorithm got really messed up, and I do know my content shifted. I stopped posting about just my store and I started posting about a whole bunch of other things because I didn't just want to be a store anymore. And it's not like those posts did badly either, but I just wasn't growing. But I was like, okay, you know what? I need to kind of try out different platforms because I should have done that a long time ago. So I went on to Twitch. And I started live streaming for the first time. Loved it, fell in love with Twitch, and so my other accounts were kind of tanking a little bit, including my Instagram was continuing to tank while I was still trying to post about the store, while I was still trying to stream, and it became too much. And then at that point, I didn't even know who I really was anymore. Like I was losing sight of like my mission, and I was like, I don't even know, am I posting about the store? Am I posting about gaming? Because like posting about both was too much. It was weird. 2 years my Instagram hasn't been growing, and it really feels like something's off. I'm not enjoying my account anymore. I'm not who I was whenever I started with Animal Crossing anymore. I need a new account. So I started a completely new Instagram account. I'm up to past like 2,000 on my new Instagram now. But what that meant was I lost a lot of brand deals because depending on the brand, they'll either look at followers, they'll look at engagement. Good brands will look at both. Now, because of my new Instagram, I went back down to a small content creator. So I essentially, in the eyes of brands, took like a big demotion whenever I decided to make my new Instagram. And now I'm building it up and I'm trying hard to figure out how to rebuild my new Instagram. After after I started my new Instagram is when I also decided to start YouTube. And so I got into YouTube and now I'm really enjoying YouTube. So I was streaming, trying to keep up with my new Instagram, keeping up with TikTok, which now has the most followers on it with like 55,000 or something. Twitch, which was growing really steadily. I'm almost at like 6,000 followers on Twitch and I was making good money on Twitch, but I was still trying to keep up with the store. And then the tariffs hit. So there was an increase on tariffs and I wasn't able to keep up with my warehouse anymore and I had to completely change the store, which was my namesake, which was why I was called TT Inventory, which was why I started all of this to begin with. And so it became really difficult for me to see my point and purpose because I had to completely change the store. So at this point, I don't know whether to close down the store. That was my baby that I've been working on for like 4 years at this point. I don't know whether to just focus on content creation and like see what my identity is outside of my store, because like I had no idea and I'm still trying to figure that out if I'm completely honest with you. So I decided to rebrand the store. So I rebranded the store to where I can hold my own product and I wanted to try and support other small businesses. And so I bought wholesale products from other small businesses and I am now holding them in my shed, which I have transformed for what Thomas and I call TTI 2.0. Anastasia brow gel. Remember that era when everybody was using brow gel? I'm still using brow gel. So now I'm doing curated boxes where I sell a whole bunch of assorted products and I am trying to refine my identity and refigure out what exactly my content is. I've been posting about the store, the new store launch, and my other content at the same time because I'm like trying to find my identity and who I connect with and like refine my community again. So I launched the store, and immediately after launching the store, and this is so embarrassing, you guys, this is seriously so embarrassing. I'm like, this doesn't quite feel right. And I haven't actually told you guys this until literally just now, but I was like, this doesn't quite feel right. Like, don't get me wrong, love the businesses I'm working with, love the products, and I will continue to like sell these products until they sell out. So for instance, I sell like a capybara plushie, right? And I have a lot of really unique finds and I thought it'd be really cute to have like unique finds in my store. I just need to find a way to connect that with my content. Turns out it is really hard to make content and then randomly be like, hey, by the way guys, I sell a capybara plushie. You know what I mean? And I consider myself good with marketing, so I could like figure it out and figure out a way to integrate it, but the point is that it's really annoying and kind of difficult, which is extremely unfortunate because I just spent thousands of dollars buying wholesale because that's what you do. You have to take leaps in business so that I could hold my own inventory and try and refigure out my store. So now I have all of these products that are really nice products. I'm still not resonating with my store brand. It doesn't connect with everything else that I'm doing. It's not enough for me to just be like, yeah, I have cool, unique finds. So then I just became utterly depressed. So I was like, I need to take a break. While I've been on the break from streaming, I was like, okay, I have no idea what I want this store to be, if I still even want the store. I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know who I am anymore in content creation. I was on trial with an agency that I really love. Absolutely no disrespect to the agency. They are fantastic. And they let me go because I wasn't getting enough brand deals. I used to be getting brand deals. And so basically I felt like I was completely losing the store and losing sight of why I had the store and what to even do with the store. And I feel like I took a huge demotion with brands because they don't want to work with me as often as they used to. My lips are gonna look crazy for a little bit, so ignore that, please. So I just felt utterly depressed. I cannot tell you how much time and energy I have put in to content creation over the last 4 years. If you're a content creator, then you know, like it's all you think about. Like you wake up, you do content creation. Like it's so much work to plan and post and keep up with your audience and stay relevant. And so on this break with Twitch, I realized, what the hell do I do with myself? You know what I mean? I had no idea what to do with myself. For the first time, I was not busy. For the first time in my life, I wasn't really busy and I had no idea what to do. And like, I know that you're probably thinking already, like, well, you could take time for yourself and enjoy your hobbies. And I tried, I really did. This past weekend, ran a 5K. I was training for a 5K because I used to run a lot, and so I did a 5K with my dad. I've been baking, I've been reading. I haven't been doing pickleball, and I should because I really enjoy pickleball. Then that's when I realized I felt that I was doing really well in content creation. Turns out I'm this giant failure. That's at least what I was telling myself. I don't want to go back and use my degree. So these were all the thoughts that were spiraling in my head while I was on this break on Twitch. On top of all of that, I have really bad PMDD. So I've been talking with my psych, I've been talking with my therapist, I've been taking all these medications just to feel human. Like, you know those days, I feel like I need a little extra color. Nude Sticks Sun-Kissed. You know those days where you just feel like you're trying to channel who you know that you are, and you're just trying to like get up and move yourself, and you don't even know what to do with yourself, but you're like trying to figure out, you know, like for instance, what would Alyssa do? As in, like, what would you do? What would I be doing if I was a normal person? What would I be doing right now? Would I wake up? Would I make breakfast? And like, you just try and be a functioning human. That was me this entire break on Twitch. I was just trying to figure out how to function and be a human, and I was like still making content because I don't want to give up on content creation. Charlotte Tilbury highlighter wand. I'm not looking for advice or pity or anything, and I'm giving you the realities of like what happens when you get hit by a train mentally in content creation. For about 4 years, that was my entire life. And you know what I learned when I was on a break from Twitch? I was so scared that I wasn't gonna want to come back. It turns out that I miss streaming the most. I really miss streaming, and I miss seeing you guys, and I miss that sense of community, and that's really what I want to do. I missed seeing you guys, and having that structure too was really important for me. Whenever I was streaming, I felt like I had somewhat of a work structure, so that was really nice, and I'm excited to get back to that. And that's today. Today is the day I return to streaming, and I'm gonna be just taking it one step at a time now. It took me a really long time to kind of let go of the store. You're not gonna just like slowly be climbing up. You might even look like this, and it's gonna be all over the place because the algorithm is also all over the place, and some people are gonna completely skyrocket and just do super well. And let me tell you, it is difficult. It is still difficult for me to watch that too. Like, there are people who started around the same time I did in content creation, or even after me, who just like kept up with their thing. It happened to keep working for them, and they just skyrocketed and did really well. And I'm really proud of them. I am. Like, genuinely, I'm really happy for them. So if that's you and you're thinking like, oh, this person's way better than me, I can't believe that this person just completely took off when I didn't take off. Yeah, you're not alone. And I don't think we talk about that enough, if I'm honest, because it's really difficult. The imposter syndrome in content creation is so real because you make it your entire personality, because it is your entire personality. All I want is to make enough money to feel like I'm contributing to my family, and to do something that I'm passionate about, and to find community. And if I'm able to find all three, then I will consider myself a very lucky person. I don't need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I just want to feel like I'm contributing, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm able to support myself and my family. And I used to be able to do that, and now I'm refinding my footing. So if that is you, and you feel like you've had to refine your footing, or you feel like you're completely failing as a content creator, first off, ask yourself if it serves you, if it still serves you. And if it's not, then let it go. But the store isn't serving me the way that it used to, so I'm letting go of aspects of the store. But it's important to check in with that, you know? But if you're motivated like I am, then you'll make it. It's just gonna take time, and you just need to experiment, maybe try a new platform, and just see what happens, and just look for people to connect with. Because it's all about connection in the end. People just want to feel seen, they want to feel heard, and you do too. So if you can find people to connect with, then that's really gonna help you find your place and find your voice in content creation. If I was to go back in time and I was to talk to myself whenever I started content creation, what I would tell myself is the numbers are going to change, you're going to change, and it's all about finding community and adapting. Having people that I trust to look over my content with me and help me kind of like audit my content and support me and tell me to keep going meant everything. And that's really what I needed. I've talked to so many new content creators lately who are like who freak out about every little thing, like, oh my God, why did my numbers kind of go down this week? I don't understand what's happening. You know what? It could be a number of things. It could just be that the algorithm is being ridiculous today. Like, that is legitimately a thing. And if it happens for a really long time, then it could just be that you need to take a look at your content and see what needs to change. But all of this is completely normal. I am an analytics girly. I do like to look at the analytics, but I would tell myself not to stress so much about the numbers because it's gonna just keep changing and the algorithm is gonna continue to change. Like me, I'm in a season of change right now, adapting, changing, and accepting. Just accepting that this is where you are right now in your life, accepting that this is where you're gonna have like a slow period, accepting that you're not gonna blow up the way that that one content creator is blowing up, because that's not your journey and your journey is completely different. I think the other thing that I would tell myself and remind myself is, like, even big creators worry and have their own shit, you know? Whenever I was like a bigger creator, and big is relative, I understand that, but whenever I was a bigger creator than what I am now, I was constantly stressing, I was constantly worrying, I was always wanting to do the next big thing. Like, what was the next big thing that I need to accomplish and do? And that is not the mindset that I want for myself anymore, because it is not helpful and it doesn't serve me in any sort of way. I am now focusing on smaller goals and smaller steps instead of like, oh, I want to be here, I want to be all the way up here, and then whenever I finally make it here, then my goal keeps moving. My goal keeps moving whenever I keep growing, and I want to appreciate these small wins and the small steps. Right now, it just means focusing on my mental health and having a good stream today. I'm excited to get back into that. Hopefully all of that made a little bit of sense, because I liked the idea of a yap vlog while doing makeup, and I still enjoy it. Like, I'm really enjoying this, but I'm realizing it is really hard to talk and do makeup at the same time and like think about my thought process. So let me know if any of that actually made sense, and you got this, and I'm here to support you too. So make sure that you like and subscribe, by the way. If you want more just like authentic raw thoughts about being a content creator, being a neurodivergent homebody, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to connect with you guys. That's my goal now. So I just put on a little bit of brown eyeliner, just like some CoverGirl brown eyeliner. I think the mascara I'm gonna use today is, I think I'm gonna put on my Bobbi Brown smoky eye mascara. Okay, hair is done. I'm getting nervous, which is weird. It's just like, it's my first time streaming. So we're gonna play Stardew Valley today, and also I have the incredible honor of being on the Pride shelf. And happy Pride, by the way, everybody. I'm part of the Pride Guild from Twitch, and Twitch has a Together for Pride event going on right now where Twitch streamers can be represented on a shelf on Twitch during Pride Month, which is a huge honor, so I was accepted into that, so that's really cool. I think I've literally just been sitting here waiting for stream to start. I recorded all my videos, we took the packages to UPS, I showered, so I mean, I answered all my emails, talked to the people I needed to talk to, blah blah blah. I'm done for today, so I'm just waiting to stream now, and I miss you guys. Oh, also you're dirty, hold on. Is that better? Remember how I said how my brain is like kind of all over the place and I'm like trying to be a human again? Yeah, well, that's still happening. I'm excited to see everybody, but I'm gonna give myself some grace. Whatever happens today on stream. I'm just proud of myself for doing it again and for coming back because I have missed it. I'm trying not to tell myself like, let's make it a really good stream. You know what I mean? Because I don't want it to be like an amazing stream. I just want to be proud that I did it. But yeah, we are pretty much good to go. I have Mix It Up and running. Mix It Up is the bot that I use for all my behind the scenes like alerts and stuff. This for TikTok, Restream, which I need to reset up so that I can actually stream to YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody again. Thank you guys so much for yapping with me and letting me just kind of thought dump on you. And if you're a content creator or you're an aspiring content creator, again, you do have this, and I understand all of the fears and the frustrations that come with being a content creator or even just like dreaming of being a content creator, because it's really overwhelming, truly. But yeah, you're not alone. We have a support system. I do encourage you also to join my Discord if you're not on it already, because we have a ton of people over there who are just so sweet and supportive, and you can get all the help and support that you want in whatever you need, not just in content creation. So I'm hoping to give you guys some more authentic real talk on what it is, just kind of behind the scenes, what's going on. But this is just kind of me figuring out my shit right now. So thank you for joining my journey while I'm just figuring it out alongside the rest of us, you know, who among us. So I will see you guys soon.